Hi, hi, hi. Take two. It's Mrs. Stitches and I'm outside. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my Flisstube. Where'd my notes go? You'd think I'd be organized on take two. I think it's right here. I got it. This is episode number 67. So I just thought I had a bit of time that I would just, it's a beautiful day today. Hopefully the wind won't be too strong. You can see I live in southwest Nova Scotia on an island, and there's another island right over, oops, there. And that's a passage in between. We're in between. The Bay of Fundy is that away, and then there's another bay that away, which is St. Mary's Bay, and Yarmouth is over that away. So just to give you an idea where I'm at. So I got a few things to show you today. Today's date is August 23rd, I believe, 2024. Yeah. So I thought I'd film today this week a little early because I have a lot of work I did this last little while, and I got lots planned for next week. I'm not going to do a giveaway today because of this impromptu outside, and I didn't bring it outside, but I'll definitely do it next time. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I got, I think, 3 finishes. I think I got about 3 new starts maybe, or 2 new starts, and some whips to show. So we're going out to dinner tonight. I'm going to do my first fiddling performance tonight, so that's kind of exciting. Okay, so we'll start off with things I got written down here in order. So I had just tried to film this, and this was abysmal fail. You could barely see it, although I'm seeing a lot of glare, so I don't know what you can see and what you can't. But oh, that's much better. So might not even use this magazine behind. This is a finish. So this was, I started it last year in October when I did a start every other day in October. This is Sleepy Hollow by Liz Matthews, and I've been trying to do a finish a month. So this is actually my July finish. So it was a fantastic stitch. I really enjoyed it. So great fun piece. So Sleepy Hollow by Liz Matthews. And when I picked this up, I was only 50% done. So I was like right about here, and so I actually did all, like half of it, 5,000 stitches. I had, in hindsight, I wish I had put my birth year as the date here for Sleepy Hollow. It's this was my year of turning 60, so I'm doing 60 finishes. This was finish number 39. Okay, next, so that was my July finish. Next I had August finish, and it was out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is the Halloween edition of 2018, and this was the pattern. And again, I had a little under half done on this one. And where'd it go? There it is. Be interesting when I wash this to see. There's this was some old Ada I almost got for free, and there were actual crease lines on the fold. So, but that's my finish, and I did something a little different, which is kind of funny. When I was stitching this, I didn't even look at the code, and the pumpkin's eyes were supposed to be black, but I thought pumpkins glow; they should be yellow, so I did it in yellow. So that is finish number 40. I'm going to finish this just like they had it, with a round pillow, but this is number 40, finish number 40. I couldn't find my tracker before I came out, so I can't show you that, but that's okay. Okay, I was going to mention, I showed you this last time as a finish, and thank you very much, Karen, but she pointed out I missed a little bit. So of course a designer is gonna see it. Probably is almost an eyesore for her, but what I missed was there just a little 4 stitches that should be right there. So it was just kind of interesting to me to be showing something and the designer seeing it, and of course she's going to pick out missing stitches. She wasn't trying to be mean, she just didn't want me to see it after the fact. So thank you very much, Karen. I will correct that, but I just wanted to show everyone first. Okay. I was going to tell you a little bit about life. We had the other day, in the middle of the night, fire engines going. And the next day we found out what it was about, because we're in a lobster fishing community, and it was 3 lobster fishermen's boats caught on fire at the wharf. Don't know what it was, how they caught on fire, but I think they're all completely non-salvageable, and I think there was even damage to the wharf. So we're not a big community here. We are less than 400 people, and I think that's almost half the fishing fleet. Like there's the island across there that has a fishing fleet over there too, and then on our island, which is called Long Island, at the other end is another town called Tiverton, and they also have a fishing fleet. But still, that's a pretty big impact to the locals, so kind of a shame that. So just wanted to share that. Oh, and another thing, I'll get back to the stitching in a second, but I just write these in order as they happen. We went on a trip, and we went down to Yarmouth, and first we went to a restaurant, and the service was horrendous. It was really, really bad, to the point of that we had to ask for Phillips. We didn't get, we almost felt like we had to ask for menus. Like, it was just really, really bad. So it was the first time in a long time I tipped whatever the minimum was on the keypad. I felt guilty about it, but afterwards I felt a little justified, because bad behavior shouldn't be rewarded. Then we went shopping, and we were in, I think it was in Bridgewater, and just in a inexpensive variety shop store type thing. I think it's called Rossi's or something like that. I was just looking. I was actually looking for diamond painting. I actually saw some. I wish I picked them up. I didn't. But as I'm standing there, I see this couple, and they're just in the school section, and it's some pens or felt pens or something, and they're making conversation, and suddenly they open up the package, and she shoves the pens into her pants. And I'm like, oh, they're shoplifting. And after, I felt really weird, and then I see them leaving. I kind of followed them and saw them walk out, and I told my husband, he goes, tell the cashiers. And so I told them. They quickly took off after them. And I guess it's probably a good thing. Like, it's a small item, but maybe they're testing to see how easy it is to steal. And it's interesting to me that they take it out of the packaging. I guess if you get caught, you can say, no, those are my pens that I just happened to carry down my pants. But it was the security was called, and I think we saw them later on coming out of Shoppers Drug Mart, and I think they got caught. But it was my first time actually, like I've actually seen shoplifting before, but I've been too shy or scared to say anything. I was scared after I saw it. I was like, well, I don't want them to come back here and beat me up or something. But I thought afterwards, when I did say it, and whether they got caught or not, whether they just got told to go away, I still felt good about it. I felt good that I actually spoke my mind and caught some people shoplifting, because that's not right. Okay, next is another finish. Let me see where it is. Okay, I'm going to pause you for just a second while I look. Okay, found it. So, and I found my tracker too. Since I couldn't find it in the house, that makes sense that it was already out here. Okay, so this was a start and a finish, or maybe you saw it, maybe it wasn't a start, but this is called Catherine of Aragon. This is designed by Maximum Cross Stitch. You can find her online. She has a website. She's a Canadian designer. And she has, I think, 3. Yes, I did show you before. It was already a start. And one of the cool things I did with this, well, it's not cool, but these are all Algerian eyelets that are in the sweater. They're actually called for Smyrna crosses, and these were supposed to be eyelets, which I did do eyelets. I did eyelets in both. But I love the texture that turned out on the sweater. I think it's really cool. So, and it was fun. It didn't go into Pattern Keeper very well, But for the most part, you don't need it that much. Like I still had to follow the black outline, but once you got in a section, it's just a repeated section. So once you get the pattern down, you're pretty good. So it's, but it might be one that might be better as a paper pattern. I also had the PDF, so it was just as easy to work off the PDF sometimes too. But there you go. Catherine Aragon is a finish. Very pleased with that one. I really enjoyed it. It doesn't look like it would be fun, but it actually was. Okay, so that was finish number 41. And here is my finish tracker. This wind is a bit of a battle. But there you go. That is my finish tracker coming along. It's going to be, originally I charged it out to be 60 for the whole letters of finish, but I put more in the end, so it's actually probably going to be about 64 or so, which is fine because that was the year I was born, so that works too. And it just means doing a few more. I'm ahead of schedule, so it's all good. Okay, so next is a little bit life. So we have had no internet for a week, and it's funny. We finally got it, and now we switched over to fiber. So they had both lines and fiber, and they switched everybody to fiber. We were a bit of holdouts. We don't like game, or we don't watch a lot of movies. We don't have TV on the internet, so it's mostly just YouTube and just internet stuff. But it'd been out for a week, and so finally we broke down and said we'll switch over to fiber. So great, we got good internet now, but that was a week without internet, and it was good in a way, you know, because we talked more, we read books a lot more. I found I started doing a few more things, so it was actually really nice. But it's also great to have internet. So this is a bit of an experiment because I'm going to see how quickly this uploads, because usually it takes a long time. So I'm quite excited about that. Okay, next is you saw this last week in my haul. I have picked out, it has sections, so it has 5 sections. And so what I did was I picked out 1 per each section, and so there's 5 months left in the year, so I'm going to do 1 per each month. And I went to Michael's and I kitted up the things, and one thing I did was I got these little like photography cases, and when I got home I actually put all their threads for each one, labeled it up if I was missing anything, and so it got quite organized. So I'm very pleased about that. So I'm doing the very first one in the book here, and it is called Boreal Bounty, and that's what it'll look like when it's done. And so I was just working on this, and that's what I got done so far. I'm doing this on like an oatmeal Ada, and so some of his have this one's all full crosses, so you can do it on Ada. That's very nice. I'm enjoying it. It's a different way of working. Sometimes with these patterns in a book, I find it easier to take a photograph of the pattern, so I don't have to keep opening the book and closing the book, opening the book and closing the book. So if I take a photograph, then I can just have the phone with the photograph. But now that we have internet, I want to watch my YouTube, so I do it all on the phone. So anyways, but there you go. Isn't that nice? So I hope to finish this in a couple of days. It'll definitely be done by next time I see you. The other one that my next finish for is will be the end of my plaid summer series. This is by KEB Creations. She's on Etsy, Karen, and I'm doing this one, a campfire. And so I'm doing it on Blue Ada, and all I've just started was the logs. So I'm gonna work my way up. I got lots of room up here, so that'll be just a scrap that I had. So there you go. So that's gonna be fun. I already showed you that. Every Sunday, 2 days from now, Sunday, I stitch one out of here I call it Nature's Flux. It will look like seasonal flux. It'll look like this when it's done. And so there's seasons, so there's spring, summer, fall, winter. and so I do it on the Sunday. I'm doing good on this one, mostly on schedule. It's a big piece of fabric that I haven't serged the edges, so it's fraying, but I got lots of room, but I really got to sit down. I don't know why. This is a 20 count and it frays like crazy, like dangerously crazy. But I got some hanging threads here. I think I even have a needle sticking in there, but this is what I've worked on. So, oh, let me just haul this down a bit more, get it a bit more so I'm not cutting off the bottom here. I'm in the sun again. I paused this. I might have to pause it and move it a bit more into the greenhouse, just so, and you might not hear this. There's a little tree right here that's rubbing against the thing. But what I worked on was, I did this flower last. I think that's all I did. I think it was just mostly this flower, so, which is a sunflower, I believe. So I cannot see anymore because there's glare. So that's coming along great. I'm enjoying that. Okay. According to my notes, I've done everything, but I know there's more. So I'm going to just move in a bit more so I'm out of the sun, and then we'll carry on. Okay, now I'm further into the greenhouse. So hopefully this works. It looks better from my end. So I have a couple of dailies that I work on. 3 I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start off with this one, which is taken from a photograph, and it's called Boar's Head, and really right now it's just a study in 797. So I got a little different color coming down there, but it's mostly a lot of 797. Just working this in diagonal. I think I have 23,000 stitches of 797 to come, but like I said, I do have a bit of different color coming here that I'm still gonna, I do 240 stitches a day on this, so it's coming along. This is on 25 count easy grid. I think all of these coming up are 25 count easy grid. I'm just gonna throw this over here because in the greenhouse there's lots of soil around. So I don't want to get them dirty. There was a little bit of stuff out there too. Okay, next, oh, that's color. Oh, that's color. Okay, that's all right. Okay, I'm gonna just pop this out of the Q-snap. I had stuck the threads. I didn't put them way back in their box, and I just stuck them in here, not thinking I was gonna do a Flisstube today. And so that's what just fell out, was the, oops, sorry, that was probably loud. Okay, we'll try to be a little bit more gentle there. Okay, so this is Heaven and Earth Design. This is called Astro Cat, and it's by Chiro Machete, and I got to finish this by the end of this year. And so I do approximately 200 stitches on it a day. And again, I'm also kind of working in the diagonal, but I'm also working in the diagonal. This is the bottom corner. It is complete. And what I'll do is I'll pick a color in diagonal, but I'll work it wherever I want to and kind of finish off a thread of the color. But there you go. It's coming along very nicely. I love it. I'm really enjoying it. And then the other one I'm working on is, and I was going to do some more research on Maud Lewis to just let you guys know. Oops. Sorry, there's a needle poking through. Because my husband said that people might not know who Maud Lewis is. So, like I said, she was a local artist here. And next time I will have more information. Like I said, we didn't have internet, so I didn't do any research. We just got it yesterday. But Maud Lewis lived here in South Nova Scotia. She lived actually in Marshalltown. I said on the neck, but actually it was Marshalltown. They have a model of her house on the neck, and so I wasn't thinking. But she's a local artist, like a folk artist, and this is one of her pieces. This one is called, I think, Harbor Scene, maybe? Harbor Scene. And friend of mine, Paint with Stitches, has an Etsy shop, and she has this for sale. And I will include a link down below where you can get 10% off it at checkout if you want to purchase this. So if anyone wants to do a stitch along, I'd love to have the company. I want to finish this before December, because in December I want to start a different one, which is 3 Sleighs, which is sort of a winter scene. But I love the perspective. So like this is a fish house right here. This is very typical Nova Scotia. And then you got like this scene in the background, and I got another boat coming in right here. There's going to be dock, and I believe this is probably one of our it reminds me of Shady Cove, Shady Cove. And I think that's where it is. But anyways, it's block stitching. I think the 14 colors, but I enjoy it so much. So this is a mini. There's also full size. And I'm doing this 1/1 on the same as the AstroCat. It's a 25 count easy grip. So those are what I've been working on. I'm going to just quickly show you my plans, whether I get to them. I might not get to them before I see you next time. I'll just show. So every time I have a finish, so some of my finishes, like Catherine at Aragon, they are stuff I've bought and never stitched. So I have them all in a wheel, and I have probably, I want to say 40 plus, or maybe even more, maybe 80 plus. I think at one point it was 82. And so I don't know what the count is now. If I buy more things, they get put on the wheel. It's probably around 56 or so. So I spin, and then I'm going to do those. So they're not really kitted up. I have to kit them up myself, but I do have the pattern. So the next ones, I got 2 on the docket. I don't know if that's the right word. So there's this one here, which I won in a giveaway from Forest City Stitching. And this is called Field Mouse Hollow. So I got that one kitted up. I haven't cut my fabric yet, but I know what fabric I'm going to do. And then this is the other one. About to take wing, which I got, I believe, as a freebie at Stitch North in 23. Yeah, 2023. Yeah. So that one I got kitted up. I got the fabric chosen. My next finish for September is out of a magazine, and it is Current Mood by well, I can't figure out where that is. Let's just see if we can magically open up to it. Wouldn't that be nice if I could just magically open up to it? It should magically open up to it. Doesn't seem to want to magically open up. 43. I'm sure everyone's seen this. Should have magically opened up. That is Current Moon by Autumn Lane Stitchery, but it was in the Cross Stitch Magazine Halloween edition 2021. And I'm about halfway on it, maybe just a little bit less. Probably less, because I think there's 4 of them. So that's my finish for September. So, and then I got another one finished for October in here already. And there was something else I was going to mention. I don't know if I can remember. I'll do giveaways next time, like I said. I didn't, because this was so last minute. Next week, I have a bunch of whips, old whips I'm going to work on. So I have set days of the week. I'm going to have a new start next week that's unplanned. It's out of the quilt magazine. It's the Christmas quilt, so I'm going to try and get it done in time. Oh, it's ferry traffic now, so there might be a bit of noise behind us. Sorry. Yeah, so that's about it, I think. And then next year I got some kind of cool plans too that I'm excited about, but that's for next year, so I shouldn't talk about that now. So like I said, I just wanted to make this a quick video, and I will have more things to show you next week. So I'm going to try and do this weekly, because I am doing a lot of stitching, especially when there's a lot of variety like this. I think it'll be fun for you guys to see it weekly. So I shall talk to you next week. Wish me luck on my big performance. Tonight is a dinner party with just one other couple, and I've been practicing really hard. I got 2 songs I'm going to play, and hopefully I don't mess up too much. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Bye.